Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Yo.
Still saying starting. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are live right here on YouTube. The Volcano Underground YouTube page. Getting ready to bring you the livest underground radio show that you will ever find, broadcasting on the internet, straight up, time and time again, live once again directly in your mouth, and you have the privilege of sitting there watching us directly on camera. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get ready to rumble. Look up, it's a fire burning. Way up in the mountain high. Look up in the steam, smoke, or ashes. When the crater starts to blow and the lava starts to flow, then you will surely know it is a volcano. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. What's up, everybody? I'm your boy, Volcano. This is Volcano Underground Radio. We are live for the second time ever on a Monday. We tried to make sure we worked out all the kinks and the bugs and got everything squared away, so now we should be coming at you directly the way we need to. I am your boy Volcano. Sitting here in the studio, we got your boy John.
Yeah, what up, though?
And also sitting here in the studio, we got your boy Skiz, which we don't care that he's here, but hey, you know what, he's here. If you happen to notice, you happen to watch us, we are off of both screens. What the hell? We're off both screens, so we're able to switch back and forth a little bit. This is a nicer shit, you know what I'm saying? We get a chance to be a little bit more comfortable. We get a chance to get it a little bit more live, up close and personal to everybody that's out there watching. So we hopefully while you're here, you enjoy us. Make sure you share this. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you go ahead and tell everybody that the place that they need to be is right here on Volcano Underground Radio. Now that that's over with. Your boy is now it's funny. I don't know how I want to spin this, but even though he has taken a L in when it comes to the lifeline of battle, your man's is still like getting record-breaking numbers of streams when it comes down to the Scorpion album. Now,
That don't surprise me.
You surprised?
I'm not surprised, especially with I don't know, the record-breaking numbers is surprising. I'm surprised by the record-breaking numbers, but I do notice. Do you believe that a lot of people is gravitating to this album, especially at first glance, just to hear like what does he have to say about this whole shit?
It's just new music.
Views did the same thing.
Yeah, it's just new.
When Views came out, he broke all types of records and had all these singles on the Billboard.
It's just Drake with new music.
Anytime Drake puts out new music,
people go crazy.
This is what happens.
That shit trash to me though.
Yeah, I mean, of course, our feeling is the album doesn't do anything, but now they got the dances and everything following up behind it.
But
they got.
Here's the thing though, I think people get caught up in the fact of they see their favorite artist. We use Drake for example.
Right.
Their favorite artist puts out new music, and it's like, oh, I'm tired of listening to Views. I'm tired of listening to was it Dear Life or whatever it was called, More Life. It's new music, new beats. What does he got?
And it's 25 songs.
It's just new music, and so it's like anything else. When you get something you like, but you get a new variety of it, you just be like, oh, where so. I can't speak for everybody, but I know for me, I'm to the point where I get it. It's new music, but I want it to be good. Like I just can't see getting new music and be like, oh, okay, new music, I'm going to play this shit to death, but it's trash. I wanted Drake to have, I thought it was going to be a great album. It was a lot of hype about it.
Right.
I was assuming maybe he would have something, even though the beef was over. Like maybe he just said fuck it and put out a, you know what I'm saying, like one last shot, to like fight back. I got none of that.
No,
I got a bunch of subliminals.
Right.
I got nothing really calling his name out,
No.
and I got basic shit.
Would you? I mean, did you really think he was gonna? After seeing the whole Jay Prince thing, did you really think he was going to go over that and still do it?
Hoping he was gonna have at least one track, something. I mean, your album is coming out. It's a lot of hype. I was expecting him.
He did put out that trash freestyle. Did you hear the freestyle?
I heard the freestyle. That freestyle was extra ass.
But it's called Behind Bars Freestyle.
Nah.
Yeah.
I need you to go call Pusha name.
But he wasn't even going at Pusha. What did he say? What did he say in this freestyle where it was like relative to this battle, to this beef, or anything whatsoever?
Nothing. It was all directed at Kanye.
That's what I'm saying. But Pusha the one who really exposed him.
Yeah, but Pusha can rap.
Right.
But so I had brought this up. I listened to Stay Scheming, right?
Okay.
And that was before the whole Quentin Miller shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I really believe Drake don't write his shit no more. Like, honestly, ever since then, like, if you listen to everything before he got exposed with the Quentin Miller shit, it's a completely different flow.
Right, because he's writing his own music now.
And
he
Meek exposed him.
He can't
so
write.
He can't use a ghostwriter no more.
He can't write like
scoop.
how he did on Stay Scheming.
Because he wasn't writing then.
That's what I'm saying. It's completely different. And to me, I hate to say it, but he gonna have to bow out. Because I know for me, I can't keep listening to mediocrity.
But here's the thing, though.
That's you.
He don't make music for you or me
No.
or him.
No, but the music
So
he was making
he don't
beforehand
have
was
to-
dope.
So what? But his fans don't care if his music is dope or not.
Like when he was on the track with Kanye and Wayne. When he was like last name ever, first name greatest.
Yeah.
He can't write like that no more. I don't think I'll ever hear that Drake again.
It doesn't matter, though.
And that's
it matters to you, but
it mattered to you.
It doesn't matter to his fans.
The ones that just want to throw bows and pop in the club and be sympathetic and be.
He makes meme rap. Like, he makes rap, like, so you can put Instagram quotes on your pictures and catchy dance songs. Like,
I ain't even heard no Instagram quotes.
It's a million of them.
It's a bunch of
I want to
them.
thank God for working harder than Satan. I've been seeing that everywhere.
Yeah,
You
I
know
wasn't
what I'm saying?
hiding my
Right,
child. I was
I
hiding
wasn't
the
hiding
child
it from the world. I was hiding the world from whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Insert whatever
Yeah.
thing you're hiding. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the dance, the Kiki, the In My Feelings
challenge now.
that everybody doing.
Yeah,
it's to the song In My Feelings.
It's
So
everybody
they got to
doing
dance to it now. So, like, this is all, you know what I'm saying? He hasn't lost anything.
No.
He lost the battle, but he didn't lose the war.
No,
He's
he didn't.
still Drake. So it's like it's like the battle didn't even matter.
To me,
It matters to us, but
Yeah, to me,
Because
in the
we
grand
wanted-
scheme, we don't matter. Like, to him, you know what I'm saying?
He doesn't care. Who are
Right.
we?
You never bought tickets to a Drake concert, so he don't
No.
care about how you feel about his music.
No. No. Like, who are these guys? But, I mean, the last freestyle and everything that went out, I couldn't catch anything. I didn't catch none of the subs. I didn't catch none of the shit directly
It was all
supposed
directed
to be.
at Kanye.
What, though? Like,
I don't remember the freestyle, but it was all directed at
And that's my
Kanye.
thing. Why keep putting these out and you're not going to go with the man that you need to go after? And then I thought of another good point. You know, he never went back at Common.
No.
He never
This
responded back
Common
to
can rap.
Common. Right. Never.
This comic can rap.
So he really like pick and choose. Common did a whole verse after his shit
of course he gonna pick and choose.
and never responded to Common. So like I'm really now starting to think like, I mean you cool, but
He's
See,
never
he
responded.
had no
where
choice.
I had him at is not where he is now.
He had no choice
He's
but to
the same
respond.
where he's always been to me.
See, when Pusha dropped the story out of down, everybody went like this to Drake. Like,
Yeah.
what you gonna say? It was like this was basically Cube dropping No Vaseline, except it was towards Drake. And everybody's like, "What you gonna say?"
He just,
And he like,
he just really to me.
"What can I say? What can I say to really top this besides play the passive aggressive and like just go ahead and say, you know what? All right, but." I'm just like, I mean, you mad. I'm just, you know, I can't argue with you. Your wife, that's really all he can throw back. And I'm trying to see if because of this, is this what's boosting the credibility of this album, or is it just the fact that it's Drake and it's a new album?
That's all.
And everybody's going nutty.
It's like this for every album he puts out. This battle has nothing to do with it. It would have been exactly the same if this. I don't even want to call it a battle, but if this hadn't happened, it would have been exactly the same. So it's just because it's him. He has a built-in fan base that feels as if he can do no wrong. So,
and they gonna love him for life.
Yeah,
basically. Sad to say, but that's true. At this point, he can't do nothing wrong.
I mean, all of your supposed top tier artists have stands, you know.
Of course.
And so his stands feel he can do no wrong. They don't care if Pusha bodied them on a song. They don't care about that. They'll rationalize everything. It's just like LeBron fans. So, like I was saying, LeBron fans and Drake fans it's the same people. It's the same person. You know, if LeBron loses, it's everybody else's fault. If he wins, he did it all by himself. So, like, people have built-in arguments. So it's like it's not even really worth talking to them about it. Because they just gonna explain it away.
Right. But I tend to feel, okay, if you're going to, like, everybody was looking forward to a battle. We haven't seen a legitimate one in a while. So when it comes down to you have two formidable opponents that can actually get in there and do some stuff, it's not going to happen. Okay, so that's washed. That's over with. That's done. You're never going to see it. It's like Pacquiao versus Mayweather. You almost didn't see it whatsoever. And then when you seen it, it was like, oh, my man was on drugs and this, that, and the other. All kind of other crazy shit jumped in the way. But now you have it. This man has released this whole thing. And to us, hardcore, like, to the hardcore rap listener, the music is not good. Like, to me, the production is pretty nice on a couple tracks. And to a lot of folks, that's what's going to sell, because especially when it comes down to ladies, because they primarily listen to the beat.
I can't even get to the production.
Dude, you know what? The production ain't trash, but see, the production isn't trash, but you got to get past the 45.
Yeah, I can't even focus on the production when he like, I'm a dog nigga.
I'm a dog nigga.
I can't even get to the. I can't even focus.
And then you do.
And it's every track.
It is. It's like every last one sounds the same.
I had Drake like he was a lyricist, and now it's like he's not.
He's never been a lyricist to me. But here's my thing.
I mean, well, now it's still like there's a certain class of lyricist, but the fact that he could actually rap, and now it's just.
What do you like? Let's talk about music that we actually like. Because here's the thing, like I said,
a lot of old shit.
Drake don't make music for us, so why are we even talking about him? That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm bringing him. Well, we're talking about him one because of all the. Either he's going to catch the flack, or he's going to catch the love. It's the difference in between the two. And it's like, which side are you on? Which one are you? You know, and that's pretty much what's been going down a lot. Regardless if that has been swept under the rug or it's still moving or not, that's been the whole narrative that's been happening. And seeing a lot more and more, they're still like, okay, it's almost like the Trump shit. You president, but we still got shit to talk about. You see what I'm saying? Like, we still got, you know, you still got some issues and shit here, cuz that we want to address.
That's different because everybody, well, I'm going to say everybody, majority of people feel that way about Trump. There's a small minority of people that are still talking about his battle with Pusha. Very small.
Right.
Majority of people have completely forgot about it
and left
as if it didn't happen. And so it's like, yeah, he took an L. But if nobody's recognizing the L, did he really take an L?
Did he really take an L?
No, he didn't. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, he again, it's like that battle happened, a couple months ago? You know what I'm saying? But nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about Pusha T. Nobody's even talking about Pusha's album. Pusha put out a damn near perfect album. Nobody's talking about
on
it. So, and that's what my thing is, and that's why I said what I said. I feel like people spend so much time discussing shit they don't like. You know what I'm saying?
I think Pusha came across as a bully. A lot of people look at him like he's a bully because they like he shouldn't have brought the kid into it and this and this.
Well, that's the spin that they put on it.
Yeah.
That's the whole, like I said, that's the thing like LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
But to
LeBron lose to a better team and it's like, oh, Golden State is unfair.
And see, that was
You know
what my
I'm saying?
thing was first round, y'all wasn't saying he ain't had no help. Second round, when nobody saying he ain't had no help. Third round, when nobody saying, oh, he ain't got no. But when you face a team that's better than him, he ain't got nobody. Well, it's either he ain't got nobody or they trash. Or they good. Like, you can't be one or the other. And granted, Golden State's probably the best team put together in the history of basketball. But you can't say all through the playoffs, these guys are good. They got a shot. And then when they face a team better than them, it's just LeBron.
It's just LeBron.
He ain't got no help. Like, what happened to the last 12 games that they won?
And then
nobody
it's like,
talking shit about them.
when they signed Boogie, people was like, oh, Golden State's ruining the NBA. Every team in the league had a chance to sign DeMarcus Cousins.
And they did.
And they all passed on it.
Because they didn't want to take that.
So how is it that Golden State is just a better team? They run their team better. They have 3 Hall of Famers that they drafted.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
They didn't sign them as free agents like Miami did with LeBron,
that's my question.
Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh.
This all started with LeBron going
To Miami.
with
Bosh and
Bosh.
Wade.
So it's like if you go on, like, people criticize KD. Well, KD was, he can go here, he can go there, free agency fucking everything up. But nobody said nothing when Bron was making his trips back and forth and did all this. Like, why? Why is it not like, oh, I mean, granted, I think as long as he's able to mesh, I don't see Golden State not winning the title. But that is a point. It ain't like Golden State reached out. He called them. He was there for everybody.
He called Golden State. Golden State didn't even call him.
Yeah,
he called them.
He said nobody wanted to give him the shot because his Achilles is blown out or his knee or whatever.
Achilles.
Yeah.
So
nobody
you can't blame Golden State for just being a better
for
organization
picking up a gym
and drafting 3 Hall of Famers. They drafted Steph Curry. They drafted Klay Thompson.
And Draymond.
They drafted Draymond. Draymond went in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
Which means every team in the NBA passed on Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Except for Golden State.
So,
and they picked him up and turned him into a beast.
Right. So how is it that they're ruining basketball? They're just better. They're just a better organization than everybody else.
Yeah.
Period.
I get tired of me and your mans fell out about the whole.
But that goes back to my point. That's what. But here's the thing.
People defend LeBron like he's the Holy Quran.
People, when everybody's a hypocrite. So when it comes to their favorite, they gonna fall on the sword and rationalize everything when it comes to their favorite. So,
but see, that's my thing. I get the whole favorite thing, but just when something is what it is, just stick with it. Like, we all know I'm an M fan. I've admitted when he puts the garbage out. Like, Relapse was trash. It would be wrong for me to be like, it would be wrong for me to be like, well, no, this and this, it's bad. Bad is bad. And that's my whole thing. Everybody got their favorites. But just keep it a buck when shit not what it is.
But that's
if you a Cleveland fan, cool, ride for Cleveland. But I get tired of that, and this been every year he's been there. Cleveland will go to the finals, and all through the first 3 rounds, they like, yeah, Cleveland doing it. And then when they face a team better than them, it's just him. They shouldn't be here. This is like, nobody saying that until he found a team better than him. And that's the part that gets me. You can't say somebody's good and all of a sudden start breaking shit down when they just face something greater. I hate that.
But everybody does it.
Right. Because they want to be a fan. They want to be a fan just to that person. And they want to stand up just for that person. And
well, nobody wants to be wrong. And nobody wants to take an L.
True that.
You can't just stand up and say, okay, yeah, my team took an L. It has to be.
I mean,
You know, it's just like if you playing a game, and a dude lose, and the first thing he say is, "Oh, you cheated," or "My controller broke." You know what I'm saying? My button got stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, just say you lost.
And just that's my thing.
And had that be it.
You got me.
But you can't. But people, and this, and I was watching Joe Budden did an interview with Styles P from the Locks, and Styles brought up a good point, and then he said that
He got his own show now.
well, he had been doing these little interviews at his house.
Okay.
But I know he is about to have his own show on Revolt too. But Styles said, you know, in the age of camera phones, everybody's afraid to take an L because you're scared it's gonna end up on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so you can even translate that to being a fan of somebody. It's like you don't want your mans to take an L. You know, but it is what it is. Everybody gotta take an L at some point in life.
Yep.
It is what it is. But what the internet has done is everybody has become adept at explaining away their bullshit. So everybody's great at rationalizing. Like the internet has turned everybody into TDG. Like everybody. So, you know, like one TDG is cool, but now like everybody is TDG. So it's like you just use, and what I mean by that is you just use language to keep shifting, the conversation,
right, exactly.
moving the goalpost
away from the fact
you know
that
what I'm
you're
saying?
wrong.
Right. Away, you know what I'm saying? So basically to just divert from the L. So
just take the L.
It's like Drake loses a battle with Pusha and everybody goes, well, Drake's rich.
Right.
Drake's going to sell more records.
Well,
Pusha will never sell as much as Drake.
Yeah,
Drake's more
like,
popular.
but nobody looks to put Pusha on.
Huh?
And I'd be like, somebody sent me that like, nobody say like, hey, put that Pusha T on. I'm like, I do.
You know what I'm saying? So
I ride around listening to Push.
It's the same thing, you know, it's the same thing with LeBron. Like I said before, LeBron loses, it's everybody else's fault. He need a better team. This man traded half his team in the middle of the season.
Yeah, and got a whole new squad.
And got a whole new team.
Squad. Right, exactly.
So, like, what, you know what I'm saying, what more, like, what is it? At what point is it that just, okay, he took the L? So, but that's the world we live in now. Is where nobody can just, you know, stand up and just take it.
That's
Nobody. Nobody can do it. You explain it away. You rationalize it away. Everything. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people go on and say, you know, how could you celebrate LeBron losing and you hate black people? I saw that.
Are you serious?
I saw that.
Who hasn't heard us say
that?
What makes...
So my thing is, okay, as if Golden State's team is 99% black. So that means if you're rooting against Golden State, that means you hate black people too? Like you see how stupid that sounds?
Like the one in the post.
You got naff. That's what this is.
Like the one when I got to the argument with my man, one of his homeboys like, it's sad that we what do you say? It's sad that we focus on so much hate on ourselves. And I was like, what hate? I was like, oh, 'cause back when I was talking about he got swept twice in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That was my whole thing was this is my argument. You can't bring up a GOAT if you got swept twice in the finals.
No, you can't.
You can't. And they was like, well, you can. And you looking at everything else around. And I'm like, I'm sticking to what my argument is. You can't put somebody in the GOAT conversation if they got swept in the finals. Flat. At least one game you got to win. That's how I look at it.
Right, exactly.
Nah. The whole thing that was my argument. And one guy's like, it's so much hate amongst each other. It's so sad how we tear people down. And I'm like, I had to actually reply back to him, like, what hate? Did he not get swept twice in the finals? I'm spitting straight facts. There's no hate here at all. I didn't say nothing derogatory about him. I ain't talking about his family. I didn't say nothing about him. This is a fact. If you watch basketball or look up anything in history, you know he got swept twice in the finals. That's it. And I think after he really read what I put, my man erased his response. Because I'm like, yo, like, I'm tired of that's a good one. Why is it that if you just have an opinion, it's hatred? Why can't I just have my opinion?
why can't I dislike something?
Right.
And just be done with it.
Like if I don't like chitlins, does that mean I'm a hater? Like
Like,
you
I
a
was-
hater, you a chitlin hater.
Like,
Like,
I was-
no, I just don't like
I just don't
chitlins.
like chitlins.
Like
You know
I
what
was,
I'm
I was
saying?
talking today. I was talking to Wolves today, and he was talking about double albums and how E40 probably had one of the best double albums, or his double album had to be in the category of top 5. Now, like I told him,
Out of double albums?
I guess he had the Night and Day album or whatever, or something. I don't know. I'm not a, and like I told him, like I tell everybody else, I respect 40. I know he's a legend. I just don't like him. Or his music don't do nothing for me. That's it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Respect that, and that's it. Or like when people be like, Drake trash, or so and so trash. You may not like them, but you can't say that they're trash. You know what I'm saying?
You can say the music is trash.
You can say the music's trash, but when people say he's trash, like, no, he's talented. You just might not like his music. That's a different story. Like you still, to me, you still give credit where credit due. You just may not like that, but just say that's just not for you.
I know he's not talking about what's this D-Boy Diary, but the only reason I'm bringing it up, I thought he had another one. I thought he had one that was
I don't
back
know,
in the
he-
day.
I
they
guess he had a
released.
double album, whatever.
It's kind of hard to say. I mean, 40 is the shit to me. I don't think that any of his albums are.
Well, no, we're talking about top. Just, I guess that's another topic too. Double albums.
It's
like-
only as far as I'm concerned, only 2 double albums exist.
Well, All
Eyes on Me and
Me,
Life
like-
After Death.
Yeah.
I don't really acknowledge
Well,
any other
well,
double
he had
albums.
brought up the what's the name? The Love Below and Speaker Box.
That's not a double album to me.
It's a double album. To this day, I haven't listened to Big Boy's part all the way through.
I haven't either.
I don't think I've listened to either side all the way through.
I've listened to
to Andre.
Love Below.
Love Below has gotten mad play. I think those were 2 albums, like
Packaged together.
packaged
That's a double
together.
album.
Yeah, it's like 2 solo albums packaged together.
It's a double album.
It's, I mean,
Because it's 2 of them.
It's 2.
I mean, I can understand.
Double.
No.
If you get 2 burgers and package them together,
Hey, you
that's
got
a
a
double
double combo.
cheeseburger.
Oh, but if one's a chicken, if you bought them at the same time, one's a chicken sandwich, one's a burger.
See what he doing?
Right.
You doing exactly
wrong.
what we
You
just
bought-
said.
you bought them at
You're
the same
wrong.
time.
You're wrong.
It's a double
It's
album.
a double album.
Did you buy them
It came
separate?
in the same package.
Right.
Double album.
That's fine.
It's a double album.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
What we-
it.
what we talking
Don't
about?
think of something else to throw out. Like y'all some haters.
I ain't saying y'all some haters.
It's so much hate.
There's so much
on,
hate right
on,
now.
on these albums.
No, I ain't
It's
saying
so
y'all
sad
haters.
how we hate on each other right now.
I ain't saying no. Yes, that's terrible. I ain't saying that y'all haters.
It's a
I'm
double
just
album.
It's a double album. That's
okay.
all.
You can call it that. It's
'Cause
just
that's
hard
what it
for
is.
me to place it as a double
If
album.
Rich put
That's
2
be-
CDs out,
To see what is got. Why you got to do that? What does that have to
you
do
knew
with
it was
anything?
coming. You knew it was coming.
What does that have to do with anything?
You knew.
No. If one artist, okay, they are a group.
Yes.
Okay, therefore it's considered a double album.
That's what
I
we-
would
okay,
take
so
that.
next.
I would take that.
Okay, we
It's
off
just
that.
the
So
way
what
that it
else?
was put together is kind of screwed up.
It's a double album now.
But I mean, if it comes down to double album, I mean, you got the 8-Ball Lost, you got the Bone Thugs, Art of War.
So
Stop
you
it,
getting
stop
into,
it,
you getting
stop
into
it.
your personal
Stop it.
favorites.
No,
Stop it.
I'm just bringing
Art
up
of
double
War
albums.
was not a good double album.
At
No,
all.
it wasn't. Okay,
It had
but
the
I'm bringing
Tupac
up,
track and that's it.
Facts.
True that.
So why bring it
Why
up?
bring that shit up?
Why can't I? It's a
After
double
you
album.
get off the Cleveland to LA, I'm done
Right.
listening to this shit.
It's a double
I don't
album.
even listen to that song all the way through.
Yeah,
Like
no,
I listen to
Okay,
Pac
listen to Pac
and Busy,
and that's
and then
it.
I'm it.
And
I'm
the
done.
funny thing is, I really didn't like Pac verse on that.
You
you
tripping,
crazy as
tripping.
hell.
Like I think it
You
could
a
have
hater.
been.
This
So
shit is
much hate.
beyond me.
It's
What do you
not-
say?
it's
It's,
not-
so much
it's
hate.
not hate.
I
So
hate
much
to see so much
It's
hate.
not hate. It's just.
How you don't
It's
like
a
Pac verse?
it's a Bone album. So
So
throughout
Pac
the
don't
entire he's on the island all by himself, almost like Eazy-E was when for the love of money, like
He had the most classic verse on For the Love of Money.
So you didn't like Easy verse on there?
I said he's on he's on the island.
What does
so
that mean?
That means that you're surrounded by standing on a corner straight slang,
And it
your
worked
rocks,
perfectly.
And then
He had the last verse on the song,
What do we
so
got?
there was no
That's cool.
zippity zippity
What are we
after
talking
that.
about?
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, it was a dope
Yeah,
dope
you got
verse.
pinch way out this corner.
I don't think that Pac. I didn't. I think Pac could have did better.
He was dead.
That's a fact.
They gonna
Where you gonna come back from the dead?
Resurrect him to record it.
Hey,
Hey,
Pac,
you gotta
you ain't
do
hit
your
this
bar.
right. You gotta redo this shit. Wake up, nigga.
We give
Get
you
up.
5 minutes, nigga. Hurry up.
Get up.
I think it's dope that he didn't try to rap like them,
It's cool, right? Exactly.
and it worked. Pac wasn't the lyricist that Biggie was,
Blind to the fact.
so he can't switch up his
I
style.
made a
like
plane out to Cleveland late last evening. I mean, this shit was sweet. I just feel like Pac could have been.
So, because he wasn't spitting fast, you ain't
no,
like it?
no, I didn't say that.
Exactly what it is.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I think
That's what you saying.
I think he could have caught the beat a little bit better. Just like Jay sounds like he's talking over the track to me now. Like Jay doesn't sound like he's actually rapping anymore, and I think Pac was kind of that same lane. He
That
was
don't even
more
make
talking.
sense.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't. Like, Pac's verse is perfect.
It fits the song perfectly.
It does.
It fits the song.
So then, what
Fuck
the
you
fuck
talking
are
about?
you saying?
Listen, I just said that.
Why does
I
your
believe-
ringtone sound like
What
a
the fuck was
doorbell?
that?
Yeah, it was my text message.
Why you got a tone for text message?
I hope that's who I think
Because-
texting you, not just some regular. Because that shit was
A
real
male.
soft.
If it was a male texting you with that type of tone,
That's a whole nother. It's the rest of the show there.
yeah.
Right, exactly. That's some other shit. But no,
We need to know.
no, you don't need to know that shit. Well, you already know who it is,
Yeah,
but
we
yeah,
hope so.
we gonna keep it at that.
Yeah,
So
make sure my socks iron when I get home. Slap the
No.
shit out you.
no.
Motherfucking dishes
no,
better
no.
be washed, son.
Yeah, exactly. But no, what I was actually saying is the Pac verse on there. I just think he could have just came off. I think it could have came off a little bit harder. To me,
That's your
How?
opinion, man.
that's
That's your
just my opinion. I love Pac verse. I love Pac songs. I like Pac. You making it sound like I don't like Pac
This
music.
is one of them things it don't make sense for say how could it be harder?
Like I said, I believe that he was not
To
riding
me,
the beat the same way that he
I'll
could
be honest.
have.
The way you saying that, you making it sound like because he's not. That it don't fit.
Is it-
Which doesn't
no.
make sense considering the fact that he
No.
led the. No, he came in second, didn't he?
No, he was. Wait.
He was like third or something. Like that.
No, was he second? Was Busy first?
Yeah, he came in second.
Okay.
So because he didn't come in,
Yeah, Busy was first.
Yeah,
Then Pac came in.
and then the beat actually broke down when he was
Yeah.
talking shit.
Right, he was like, yeah, because then he started talking.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he came in.
Said, pull your strap on me, nigga. You
Nigga,
better
kill me.
Thug
Right.
like, baby.
Right.
He set his whole way up.
That's
Hard living.
Blind
Facts,
to the fact.
facts,
Right,
thugs,
exactly. That's
and
cool.
confidence, God,
That
prison,
shit hard, man.
hand
You
on the
tripping.
strap.
No, okay, I might be tripping, but I feel like he could have rolled the beat. I don't say he had to rap fast. I'm not saying he had to go and be twisting words
Is it
and
that you're
use hella
comparing it to
bars.
Notorious Thugs?
No, I'm not comparing it. Like I said,
Big switched
it
his
sounds
flow up and it was perfect as well.
But that's big though.
But
That
that's
ain't Pac.
big, right?
right, exactly. And I didn't know what to expect from Big. I didn't know what to expect from Pac. But when I heard it, I'm like, all right, that's cool. It was enough for me to hear it once or twice, and I didn't really need to keep hearing that song.
I need to hear that. I
Dude,
need
we
to
used
hear
to
the
play
first
that shit
two
all the
verses.
time.
That's
at the
cool.
Loud.
That's cool.
So you don't like it now that you older?
No, that's not what I'm. See, you trying to twist it to make
No,
it sound like
being-
I'm saying Pac ain't shit.
No,
All
I'm
I'm
not saying
saying
that. I'm
is
saying is when we was riding around Belle Isle when that shit was playing,
right.
that was the only thing that was the hypest part about the track.
Yeah,
But now for you to say I ain't like that part, it's like why?
I think he could have came better. I think he could have rolled the beat a little bit better, especially hearing stuff where like people are, like I said, the J lately, especially on this like Beyonce and the 444 shit. It sounds like he's just talking over the track. It sounds like
Well, I
he's
don't
not.
I don't think Jay got nothing to talk about.
It sound right. Okay, that's cool.
Like,
That-
I even
that's
told-
that's
I even told
valid.
Knox, I don't
but
wanna
it
hear
sounds
Jay rap no
it
more.
sounds Silk the Shockerish. It's like it's like
Whoa, that's a reach.
That is
That's
a
a-
reach.
yeah.
what Jay?
Yes, that's a reach.
Jada.
You
okay.
Michael Jordan Space Jam that one.
No.
You way across the court with that one.
I'm just saying it seems more like he's just talking over the track, and it's kind of lazy. is kind of
I
like
don't
not
think Jay
really
give a fuck
catching
no more.
the track. He probably don't.
Like, I
But
really,
if that's that same emotion that he has in the song,
unless
and that's
Jay,
the same thing that I'm seeing, like, I'm not saying Pac didn't give a fuck because it's Pac. Of course he gave a shit. Of course he was going to put his all into it and then some. But I think that he wasn't, all I'm saying is he wasn't catching the beat the way I've heard
and
him on
truthfully,
other songs.
Pac might have wrote that verse for another track.
Might have. He might have. And?
How can he ride the beat better? See, to me, when you say that's not a valid argument for the fact that they laid his voice over a beat
that
when
he
he's
didn't
dead.
rap to.
Yeah.
Oh, so you saying basically he rapped out on something else, they snatched it off of that and then put it on that track?
We don't know.
We don't.
He was already dead, though.
Okay.
So that could have been to a whole nother beat, but for them to find that beat and put his verse on there, and that shit went perfect, he can't ride it no better because he literally can't ride it no better. It's
impossible.
It's a done deal.
You're right.
A nigga can't take this
He
shit.
can't
This
go
is
back and retake it. So however the process was for making that, was the process for making that, and you can't go back and recorrect it. That's cool.
If he was living and you said that, I'd be like, I think
I would feel the same. To me, I don't have any problems with the verse at all. I'm good. I need to talk about my man's. This is crazy. Dog, yeah, dog. Okay, so my man from what's that show? Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
Jesse Williams. You know, he had a messy divorce with his wife. Dog, they just he got to pay $100,000 a month in child support.
Are you serious?
I think she wanted more or something, didn't she?
So
$100,000
A month.
a month.
A month.
How much does he fucking make?
okay, so it says a judge ruled that the Grey's Anatomy star has to pay $50,000 per month in both spousal and child support, adding up to a total of $100,000 a month. So $50,000 in child support, $50,000 in spousal support.
How old is the baby? Because I'm just saying he's got to come out of basically one
He previously had to fork over $160,000 to help with her legal fee. So he had to pay for her lawyer to take him to court to get some more money from him.
That's the tambourine shit.
Right. Chris Rock did talk about that.
So
It don't
basically,
say-
he has to come out of $1.2 million per year
He got 2
Up
kids.
until-
It don't say how old they are, though.
up until 18 years.
Yeah, 18 years.
So he about to be movie whoring like a mother. He gonna be getting on anything.
Well, it
Like
says,
y'all shooting Harold and Kumar 4, I'm on it. Y'all shooting Gremlins 8, I'm
Shit.
on it.
So it says he makes $520,000 a month.
Like I want to in on the next Transformers. I gotta get in on that shit.
So he making $500,000 a month.
He gonna be Tyrese. Like, what much more do you want from me?
So he made, that's crazy. 100,000. Like if I'm paying you 50, like why I gotta pay? That just really bothers me.
What did Bill Burr say? Like she couldn't even hit a layup. Like
Wow.
Like you got to pay out all this money. She can't hit a jump shot
child
for what?
support. Yes, take care of your kids.
Yes,
Why am I paying spousal support?
right.
Well, shit, that's just like my man who divorced Mary J. Blige. You see the shit, the list
Yeah,
of
she
things?
got to pay him.
But did you see the list of things he wanted?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yo, this nigga was wilding.
Yeah,
He wanted a personal chef. He wanted somebody to go shop for him. He wanted he wanted personal shit from A to Z.
Now I'm gonna ask this question. I'm not gonna ask you this question because I don't want to get you in trouble. So you stay out of this. Skiz, what does a man gain from getting married?
Well, it's a title for one.
What does he gain from the title?
I mean, that's always a question. Like that's always like my homegirl at work. She been with her guy for like almost 20 years, but she don't believe in marriage for that reason. Her thing is, with marriage comes a lot of extra shit. When if you with the person you with, then that's what it is.
Right.
I mean, it's basically just a title. I mean, I guess I don't know. It's a I don't know. I mean, there's no like big reward. I mean, it's
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like there is nothing. Like if I'm in a relationship with somebody for 5 years,
Shouts out to Portugal.
and everything's great in this relationship, and I say I have a great relationship with this person, what do I gain by marrying that person? How does marrying that person make my life better? If everything is great already, what makes it better for me?
If you're okay, let me jump in on this. If you are already great, you are already feeling good about yourself, you already have it set in your mind that this is who you are, you're gonna do what you do, then marriage to you to that particular person does nothing. But besides provide companionship and someone to share these same experiences that you enjoy with.
But I guess his question is,
What if I got companionship already?
yeah, that's his question is, you already had that.
Okay, so if you already have that, like a girlfriend or just a chick on the side, or
No, a relationship.
You
I'm
have
in
a
relationship.
you
with
have a
woman that I
relationship.
What's
love.
the dude, the heavy metal guy? Him and the ex model, the white
Oh,
chick.
Gene Simmons.
Yeah, they've been together for like forever, and neither one of them believe in getting married, or he doesn't and she does, but she like nothing will change, so she just figure roll with it.
I believe on to an extent what it does is it is meant to solidify the bond and everything that y'all have, like socially, publicly,
What if you already had it?
legally, all the rest of these things that you put down to, it's in many ways it does that.
But his question is, all that's already across the board.
Okay.
So like everybody know what's going on. You publicly tell everybody all that's there. Like I guess his question is, like when you do something, like what, as far as he's asking, what else more do I get?
What do I have to gain by doing this? Because when
if you're already in that position, then
if I'm in a relationship with a woman that I love, I'm faithful, she faithful, we have no money issues, everybody good, you know what I'm saying? Bills is paid, nobody's in debt, blah blah blah. If I'm in a situation like that, I look at marriage and I see something that is only harmful for me. I don't gain anything by getting married, because if it doesn't work, then I'm the one that's going to be penalized.
Right.
Not her.
And he looking at it as far as like that case right there. For whatever reason they broke up, a man got to come out 100K.
And I feel
it's all, to me, for a man, marriage is all risk.
Okay.
No reward.
Even Paul McCartney had to come out of grip.
Yeah.
A lot of them. A lot of people have.
But he had the most, didn't he?
He had to pay something crazy.
Yeah, he had to pay the most out of any divorce. And it's like, dude, he had some like ridiculous amount of money.
She ain't wrote
and the sad thing is, if you look at it in so many lights, you wanna kind of say like, okay, well if you already have all this stuff, you have a relationship, you love the person, y'all together, y'all stay together, y'all do all these things, y'all share all this other stuff, then adding on the title of marriage pretty much does, like I said, it just legally, statistically, socially solidifies that. That's really all it does.
Statistically what?
Don't don't lean on that word. I was just kind of throwing words out, but more so like legally and socially. That's what it pretty much
it's
does.
for everybody else.
Correct.
Except the man. Everybody's good. So when you get married, everybody's good.
But see, it's only bad.
What do I get?
It only becomes bad for you.
What do I get? No, okay, let me take that away. I'm sorry. Let me take that off the table, the whole bad part. Okay. Scratch that. What is good for me in that?
Make it seem like you about to get the Infinity Gauntlet when
Like,
I got married and I gave my glove.
Like, we get married like you said, it's a contract.
Correct.
It puts it basically stamps it socially and legally.
Correct.
It's a legal stamp and a social stamp.
Correct.
None of that makes my life better. Maybe around tax time. I think married couples get more in taxes. But other than that, a legal document saying we together and letting our friends and family know that we are together and it's official does not make my life better at all. It doesn't. My life does not change for the better. All it does is put me in a legally binding contract.
Like,
correct.
That's it.
Like he's saying, like you up here and then you get married and it's like, nah, I'm here. Like I got that promotion.
No, that's the thing. It's like you get married, and you're still here. She's here now.
No,
and everybody knows that y'all married, and the law knows.
I don't think that it boosts one and degrades the other.
I didn't say that.
No,
I said you stay.
No, we're not saying it
Right.
degrades
I didn't
anybody.
say degrade. I said you stay.
You
exactly
stay there,
the
but
same.
it boosts her.
But she goes up. She gains. It helps her. It don't help you.
You still gonna be
How though? How does it help her though?
Cause like you said,
Because
socially,
she's attached to you.
You said
and
socially.
So she wasn't shit before you?
No, that's
We're
not what I'm
that.
saying.
What
I
he's
didn't say
saying
that.
is he basically saying what you just said. It helps socially. So it's like it's a binding thing for everybody to know.
It's a legally binding contract that is slanted towards the woman. So, if anything were to happen between y'all, she gets all the benefits of this legally binding contract. Not you.
Not necessarily.
Yes, necessarily. Name one divorce that has gone in the man's way. Where the man was like, ooh, I got over on that divorce, dog. When?
I mean, I don't want to say it live on air, but I do know of at least two.
Two.
Right.
Would you say, okay, let me ask you this then. Would you say that the majority of divorces go in favor of the woman? Would you agree to that, at least?
I think it really depends upon the situation. Like you can't have like I gotta say it like this because
I know you gotta say it like this. That's why I said
if the man
let me talk to
if
Skid.
the man was cheating and fucking up, if the man is cheating and fucking up, all right, and doing his thing, and then that leads to the divorce, then okay, that's a problem. If she's cheating and she's fucking up and leads to divorce, then that's gonna go wrong for her.
I'm talking, okay, so then we dealing in specifics. Cool. So let me be more specific. I'm talking about a relationship that just did not work, where no one is to blame, and two people simply grow apart and realize that they don't need to be together no more. When that happens and there's a legally binding contract, usually the man gets the short end of the stick. Obviously, if a man is the one that fucked up the relationship, then whatever happens, cool. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about...
Okay, let's use the Paul McCartney situation. He didn't cheat or nothing.
I don't think so.
They just didn't work out from my understanding. So they split. She got some ridiculous amount of money. That's what he's saying. It didn't work out. And
But what I'm saying is, let's use Paul McCartney. As Paul McCartney, him marrying, I believe her name was Heather Mills.
How much he got hit for?
Him marrying her, he did not gain anything.
So Pete, there's two comments I want to make. Well, three actually. One said it's bad for the money, male or female. That's one person. Shouts out to your boy, the Barracuda. Mr. No, if you don't have kids or plan to have kids, it really doesn't benefit the men. Okay? Then your boy TDG is saying marriage benefits the person who has less. Whomever has more money is the person getting the shaft. That's
a fact.
And
so what happens? I think Royce and TDG, you listening, Royce had a rap line where he said, the only thing that a woman could do for a billionaire is make him like he'd be worth $500 million after the fact. Or something like that. Royce had a line about that somewhere. But he's right. The person with the most money has nothing to gain by getting married.
No.
Nothing at all.
Outside of trying to claim ownership to one particular person. Which
Paul
doesn't
McCartney's
last.
wife was awarded almost $50 million.
For what? That's my thing.
What did he do so wrong that made her
wrote records?
For what? But he wasn't even. The Beatles had been long over by the time he married her.
I don't know what the falling out was.
So, why do you deserve $50 million from me?
$50 million.
Now I'll say this: he's stupid for marrying her.
True.
And he's stupid for not having a prenuptial agreement.
True.
So on that scope, I blame him. But I'm talking about even before we get to all that, why get married in the first place? Why? Every time I ask somebody, why should I get married, they give me 100 reasons and none of them have anything to do with my happiness.
Well, it's all in
none of them.
But see, that's
it's like
all
what I want.
That's all in how you perceive your happiness, though.
So
that's all in whatever you feel is happening. I know folks now who are married and don't want kids. That's their happiness. Just like some that are married and they want kids, or they trying to have kids, or they just have animals or pets or whatever. That's their form of happiness. It's really whatever your form of it is. If you are by yourself and you have a companion and you are good with just that, you are at the point of where you are happy, then taking it an extra step further does not mentally, physically, or socially benefit you whatsoever.
What makes that a step further?
Well, the message Tasha said, also the marriage license gets both get stability. If she dies, she get life insurance.
Right, exactly. It's a binding
So
thing. The two people now have become a group.
But
it's a business.
Talib
Kweli
Kweli and Mos Def together, y'all Black Star.
Or not even that. But my thing is, it's a business deal. What that got to do with us as a couple? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I still have not heard a good answer for that. Like whenever I hear people talk about marriage, I hear that a lot. I hear money. Basically, when I hear people discuss marriage, I hear money.
That's still wrong.
I hear, well, you know what's the number one thing people always say to me? Well, if you get sick, don't you want her to be able to make decisions on your behalf in hospital?
No.
You know how many times I get told that?
No.
Like, what happened if you get sick? What
The thing is, you have found a person.
You don't need to be married for somebody to make a decision. You can actually just say, that's cool for them to make decisions for me. You can do that in the hospital without somebody.
Exactly. We know that.
They don't.
What happens
is people have the right to that.
If I give it to them, I do. But see, what happens is people make the reach of, what if you in a coma and they got to make a decision and it's your woman and your mama. I don't care if we are married. My mama's making the decision. Are we clear on that, ladies and gentlemen?
Remember, motherfucker?
Shit.
Right, exactly.
So there, we can kill that noise right now.
and just make it be known. Hey, anything happen, mama pick.
Yeah. Mom's his quarterback.
Right.
My mama's Aaron Rodgers. So what else is it? But that I get told that a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then I get told, well, if you die, then don't you want her to be taken care of? I don't have to get married to do that. I can get a life insurance policy without getting married and saying if something happens to me, she get X amount of dollars.
You can do that.
I don't need to get married to do that.
I think that takes them through a lot more ringers and everything than if you're not. Like after you're gone, there is a lot of like legal ramifications and shit that happens. And it makes it much more difficult. Even though you put the person's name down, it still makes it much more difficult for that person to receive anything, even if you're married. At the same time, it's probably even worse.
It's even worse because I know somebody
not.
who her father died, and when her father was alive, he said, I want everything to go to my daughter. And he was married at the time.
Right.
When he died, when his daughter went to go get everything, his wife, who he was married to when he died, even though they were separated, but they were still married, blocked everything. And then they had to go to, because Michigan, you got to go to probate and blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter if you're married or not. And so all of these things people keep telling me have to do with finances.
So like this message says it's a religious thing as well. The person believes in God to survive before God is important to them. Now I know you're gonna say you don't care about that.
No, what I'm gonna say is,
I know he doesn't care about that.
No, but that's true. I don't. But what I'm gonna say is, show me in the Bible where it says you have to get married.
It says it more about the actual union and everything of it. It doesn't say that
but
you
he's saying
have
it's like
to.
It's not a commandment.
It's not a commandment to get married. It's not.
It's like
it's a blessing when you do.
But I'm saying you can't say religion said do this, and then you can't tell me where religion said to do it.
It's a blessing when you do. Now there came.
I'm not saying it's not a blessing, but what I'm saying is
there came a time where men had multiple wives. That's there also.
My point,
that's not also in the saying that you have to do that either.
No, but it's not saying that you have to. You don't have to do anything. It's really your own perspective, your own perception.
Basically, what he asking, basically what he's saying is this, and it's one of them things where I get what you're saying, but tell me so it makes sense. If you can't actually break that down and say this is the reason why.
Well, not even that. I've yet to hear a reason.
That makes sense.
Or that says, as a man, marrying this woman benefits my life in this way.
What it?
I ain't got no answer.
It really all comes down to your feelings, your heart,
that's cool,
and your mind. It's all physical.
I don't even know what that means. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. He laughed. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm dead serious. When you say it comes down to your heart, your soul, and your feelings.
If you feel this much for this person to say, you know what, I want to make her my wife. If you feel it deep down in your heart to say, you know what, I want to make her the person that I spend the rest of the days with. If you feel that and you are wholeheartedly about that, then that is a step that you actually take and you do. Therefore, allowing these two people who are separate now become one. In the eyes of, spiritually, in the eyes of God, if you want to take it legally, in the eyes of the state, if you want to take it, publicly with all the people who have witnessed this thing.
Can you become one with a woman without signing a marriage document?
I do not believe so.
Why?
Because it does not follow the same. It does not follow a set in stone procedure. That's the only thing. There's a process to things, and if it's something that needs to be recognized for when shit happens, things go on, then it needs to follow that process.
So
to you, it may not seem like you should have to go through that process because you know where you at. You know you good. You know what you doing. You know what you have in your pocket. All right. So fuck all the rest of the people. We good right here. But when it comes down to the actual like I said, to the actual factuals of saying like, okay, after this happens, then this.
So paperwork.
See, and that makes it seem so shallow.
But no, I'm not trying to make it seem shallow.
That makes it seem bland.
I just like to break everything down to the common denominator.
I feel that.
So that's why I say paperwork, because essentially that's what it is. I'm not trying to demean it or degrade it. I'm just saying that's what it is.
Right.
So my question is, how does that paperwork benefit you?
That's per person. That's whatever your perception is. I can't answer that for you. I can't answer that for anybody else.
I don't want you asking for me. I'm talking to you.
Oh, for me, how does that? For me, how does it help me?
Listen. Let me say this before you answer that. You are about to get married. I know you love the woman that you're about to marry.
Right.
You want to spend the rest of your life with her. I get all of that. I understand why you want to get married. But my thing is the way you broke it down, and you say, so we want to become one under the eyes of God, because I know you're a religious person, and you want to become one in the eyes of the state. I mean, that's what you said.
I'm not doing it for those just particular reasons.
But no, I'm not saying that's the only reason.
Part of it.
Right. So, but my thing is, okay, under the eyes of God, cool. I understand that because you are a believer. So that makes perfect sense how that would fulfill you. I understand how that would make you feel good to want to stand before the God that you believe in and say, this is the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. I completely understand that.
Okay.
What I do not understand is how signing a piece of paper fulfills you or makes you feel good or benefits you.
It's not about the paper.
What is it then?
It's about the joining of two people.
But you did that already.
No, basically he's saying this. Like, I get it. It sounds like you saying this. You signed the paper.
You spit on my finger, by the way. So everybody should know that. Go ahead and wipe that off. Go ahead.
So
say it, don't spread.
We said we did that.
He's saying was, if you have a relationship, everything is cool. Basically, it's coming down to the paperwork, because if you sign the paperwork, for some, that's making it solidified. Where he looking at it,
it's
okay. No, but listen. But what you about to say is, it's not just that. But what he's saying is, you have to be able to break it down to where it doesn't sound like that. And the argument is what it is. You got some that just want to believe in it. This is the right way, and that's cool. Not saying that's a bad thing. But his question is just basically saying, if you have everything, once you sign that paperwork, what's the difference if you don't sign the paperwork?
Nothing.
So then why sign it if it don't help you at all?
If
in reality, it's a liability. Signing that contract is a liability. It basically makes you liable. So why sign it if you got everything else? You got everything you want. Why do something that you don't benefit from? That's my only question.
It really comes down, like, I have to keep leaning to this. It really boils down to the situation between the two people. That's really what it is. If we are together, we say we together. You can, at the drop of a hat, pick up and be like, nah, I'm good, and walk away. Okay. Now, it sucks if you do that. And if we married, it sucks even more. Because now you can,
because you broke a commitment.
Exactly. You broke a vow. What it is us as the human condition guides us to follow the rituals. So the ritual is to go through and jump the broom, step on a glass, walk around a table, whatever you want to call it, whatever your ritual is.
You don't lose anything jumping over a broom. So that's a poor example.
I don't lose anything getting married. I don't think it's a loss or a gain. I think if anything, we have both decided that we are going to be together as this, and the extra perks of it is we are joined. But you're
with her because you feel like you love her.
Right,
so your love for her, being with her, you benefit from that. That is a benefit to you.
Correct.
Being with her. So again, that's why everything we do, we want something out of it. We're not doing something for nothing. And we damn sure not going to do something where we can stand to lose. So, my question again is...
So her text is saying that a wife is a level up. Sometimes women don't show all their true capabilities until they become a wife. Which, that's true. But then also she says a girlfriend can walk out and never return. But also a wife can walk out. You can be married and a person can walk out.
They can.
And never return either. So, in the end...
Well, all of it is a crapshoot.
And
every last step of it is a crapshoot.
I don't want to be with the woman that's holding back until I marry her.
Now, I can understand holding back in the beginning. You don't want to give them everything up front. I understand that.
Yeah.
But if we've been together 3, 4, 5 years, and you still like, well, I ain't gonna do everything until they get married. Yeah.
But to some people, that's a very to some folks that's a very important thing to them.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm just saying for me.
He's not saying it's a bad thing.
I'm not saying
like,
that's bad.
Like
I know,
if you get married, you throwing your life away. He just
I know
saying,
he's not saying. I know he's not saying that. So that's why I keep labeling it to. If it's you, nothing. If it's somebody else, it's the world.
Marriage is the world. The union, the bond is the world. You still ain't told me how signing that document is the world.
See, that's just labeling on. That's labeling the entire thing on one piece of paper, which is not. It's more than
Which
the
is
piece
stupid,
of paper,
right? So why do it?
But that's basically what you saying is like. The problem is that when you
It's
say
dw-
that,
it's dwindling
it's like
on-
you're kind of
it's dwindling-
marginalize the fact that it's more than this. But
Exactly.
It comes back to the fact that you're
saying that
still
getting
signing
married,
it,
saying
that's all
that
it
getting
is.
married is about the paperwork.
I didn't
is
say
marginal.
that though. I said the union. You didn't. What are the first things I said? The union and the bond before God means the world to you, and I agree with that. I said that, right? What I said, and I am marginalizing the piece of paper. I'm not marginalizing the union and the bond.
He's saying just the actual
I'm-
title itself.
I'm saying the contract that you sign to me is pointless for the man.
Let me ask you
Because
this.
he doesn't
Let me ask you
gain
this.
anything
Let me ask you
from
this.
doing that.
So like if you sign a contract, if you were an athlete, you sign a contract, your benefit is I'm gonna get this money.
Exactly. I
You
get
saying-
paid from
right.
this.
You saying if you sign a contract to be with a woman, I'm still me.
I don't gain anything.
That's what he's saying. If you sign a contract, if you're an athlete, you get paid. I get paid
Right,
over these course of years.
Right.
If I sign this contract to be with her,
Everything stays the same. Except if it goes bad, then I stand to lose. So when you go to work, you have a contract with your job. I give you work, you give me money.
Right.
Okay? But with a marriage contract, you're already together. You already love each other. You already know you want to spend the rest of your lives together. Y'all decided on that yourselves as two human beings.
Right.
Then taking this extra step to bring the law into it, you don't gain anything. Because you got everything already.
Right. So that's why I said to you or to a person that's like that.
Okay.
it's
funny to me too.
It's funny to me too. I mean, I'm not mad at any person.
No, it's funny because he states his point, and you really trying to. I don't know what you trying to do, but it's like you trying to defend it.
I'm not trying to
But
defend
then
it.
it comes back to
I'm really not trying to
And-
defend it because he's not the
Taste the
only
soup, so
he's
it's
not
like-
the only person that I know that does not feel like or believe in or want to get married.
I know a couple people
I
like that.
don't believe in I don't believe in putting my relationship on contract.
I get that.
My homegirl at work, she been with her man for like 20 years, at least 20. And
Remember what I said when he came downstairs? He reminded me of my grandmother to tell you something he already told you.
that's what we
You
been
said
saying
that
the whole
you said that
night.
shit like a half hour.
You said that shit.
What I'm saying, no, he was just saying he don't know nobody, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
No, I
it's
said
a-
I
it's a
do
lot
know
of
people.
that feel the same way he feel. Like,
I know a couple of people
what
that
do
feel.
I
the same.
have to
I have an
gain?
uncle that just passed. That I thought they were married. Turned out they had never got married.
How long were they
They
together?
like years, as long as I've known.
Oh.
Like they've never got married. They went this entire time together as that and never got married. And he would always preach it like, "What's the point of this paperwork? What I'm gonna do that for?" You see what I'm saying? He said that. I know a guy that I actually work with is the same way. That is like, yeah, I don't believe in getting married. I want companionship. Yeah, I want a child, but I don't want to get married. And I'm me. I know what I do. I know how I am, and I direct things straightforward to this, that, and other. So therefore, I don't want to get married and change that.
It's like if you
But-
own a house and you live in the house that you own, why would you pay rent to live in a house you own already? Like, why would you sign up to be like, all right, well, I already live here. I spend all my time here. But now I'm going to sign this contract that says that I live here and lets everybody know that I live here.
Right.
But if something bad happens, I might lose my house.
Right.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
That.
Okay. Just wondering.
I don't have the answer for that one.
Obviously.
So I do got a
Because
question,
I don't look at, like I said, because me personally, I don't look at it for that reason. I'm not jumping into the marriage for paperwork.
Nobody said that.
I know that. I'm just labeling certain stuff.
I know, clean it up. I know, but I'm just saying. Nobody said that. That's why I directed this question to Skiz. Because you cleaning up spills you didn't make. But go ahead.
No, I'm not. No. It's not about that. It's. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why
I broke my back.
Yeah, spinal.
Spinal. I broke my back. Like, I don't know. Fuck Lennox Lewis.
Okay,
I'm
so I got a question,
Alexander.
though. So speaking of that, if you have a business or something, what do you feel is okay if you start something like the Paul McCartney thing?
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't around when he made his money, right? So, at what point do you feel as if they divorce and she's rewarded with some ridiculous amount of money that it's okay or it's deemable? Is it ever looked at like, well, she was there through such and such, or you know what I'm saying? Like, is there any case where you look at it and say that's reasonable?
I think the Paul McCartney situation, you know, he didn't have any children with her. All his kids was grown when he married her. So, in that particular situation, you leave what you came with. I'm in the booth singing these songs because he still makes records and puts them out or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he didn't get no publishing because Mike owned the publishing. So, you know what I'm saying? All the money he made on his own.
Right.
Why do you get any of that? Now, I feel like, you know, that's why communication is so important. People sometimes go into situations as if we aren't human and shit don't happen. So I always try to live my life. You know, the CIA says that you hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Mm-hmm. And that's how I try to live. So for me, if I'm Paul McCartney, or even if I'm Heather Mills, I'm going to a situation like, okay, I can't sing, or you know, I don't know what she did for a career before they got together. I think she might have been a model or something. But maybe we need to come to an agreement that said I get a certain amount of money every year that we together. And if he agrees to that, then cool. You know what I'm saying? They have to come to some type of agreement. But if we don't come to any agreement and we just decide, hey, we ain't working no more. No, you don't deserve $50 million.
Now let's say he was to get with her, and then he like, yo, I'm gonna get a prenup, but she don't want to, and she throws it all away. Is it worth not?
Then we can't be together. We can't be together.
Do you feel if a person doesn't sign a prenup that they might be after the money then?
No, I don't. But I just feel like shit happens.
Yeah.
And I gotta cover myself.
That makes sense.
If I'm a millionaire,
that makes sense.
That's automatic.
We signing a prenup, or we can't be together.
Well, we can't be together.
And it's not even about you being a gold digger or anything like that. It's just about the simple fact that people grow apart.
Right.
You
it
know
happens.
What I'm saying? So,
like me, I'm bringing you into this road that I'm sure that you're not used to. There may come a time where you don't want to be on that road anymore. If that time comes, when we part, you go back to waitressing.
You take what you can. That's like with Tiger Woods. Now, Tiger Woods' situation was different because he had like 2 kids.
Right.
So.
What the hell?
Read that last message. But Tiger was different because they had kids together. So yeah, you gotta pay for her to take care of them kids. But Tiger had to pay like $150 million. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
like that's a lot to me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I deserve to be blown.
But yeah, that's. And
I gave him my Laker ticket.
And yeah, that's crazy.
Like she would have blown me in a heartbeat.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's wild.
And that's got to be some fire for $50 million.
50
million?
50 million.
That's what had to.
What?
Boy, that better be back to backs.
And what Eddie Murphy say? Ain't no pussy worth $150 million.
Hey.
None. Like none. $150 million worth of. Whew, that's a bit much. Man. But I will say this much. I mean, just to make things clear. I don't have to clean. I'm not cleaning anything up.
That's
I'm
what
just
you're doing. That
no.
is exactly
I'm
what
not.
you about
That's
to
not.
do.
That's not what I'm doing. It's all comes down to the perception of the person. Do whatever it is that makes you happy. If that is being alone, then be alone. If that's being in a just two people together, then do that. If it's actually getting married, then do whatever it is that makes you feel comfortable about your life on a day-to-day basis.
But that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. Dudes is getting married because they scared their woman gonna leave them. Men are getting hit with ultimatums.
Yeah.
Marry
and
me
they,
or else.
right.
And he like, all right.
Now that does happen. That happens often, and some niggas take the blue pill or the red pill. Some do that as like a desperation move. It's like up, down, down, left, right. It's the Hail Mary. It's the go-to. So, but you gotta recognize when you do this go-to, like if you just dummy, then you gotta recognize you dummy.
How
then pull
often
the
would
fuck
you
out.
say, if you were to guess, what percentage of people, of marriages, would you say that both people wanted to get married?
You
Like
know
they
what?
were both all in, like, yes, I want this.
I would have to say that. Okay. Let's say this. I would have to say at least 80%.
Shit!
Nah. Here's where I want to go. Here's why I'm saying that. Only reason I'm saying that because if you didn't want to do that, you wouldn't have said yes. A sane person would have been like, nah.
That's not how it works.
So what? 50,
That's
50
not how it works,
40?
dog.
You saying less?
Dog.
Like the percentage of people who got married because
Let me
they
say
wanted
this.
the two people wanted to get married.
A lot of men get married for 3 reasons. 1, they actually want to. That's you. You actually want to. 2, they feel like they should get married because it's doing the right thing. I.e., you pop 2 kids in her, so you like, well, let me marry her because it's the right thing to do.
Okay.
And 3, I'm scared she's gonna leave me. She said, marry me or else.
Right.
And so, because if I leave you, I'm gonna hit you with this child support. I'm gonna hit you Jesse Williams style. So those are the 3 reasons why dudes get married.
He said not the blood code.
So,
He said, oh, no, not the blood code.
so the minority of those 3 reasons is because the dude actually wants to get married.
Okay.
That is the minority. Usually, when men get married, it's because of those 2 reasons. You done got her pregnant a few times, y'all living together, and she keep hitting you with the I'm tired of playing house shit, so you get married to shut her up. Or she says, again, marry me or else. And you like, well, you hit her to Johnny Taylor, it's cheaper to keep her, and you marry her.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens. It ain't no 80%. 80% of men are not like, yes, let's, yes.
No, they're not. Men, no, they're not. I'm just saying, if a person said yes, that means, if you asked, that means you wanted to do it. If she said yes, that means she wanted to do it.
No, it don't.
That's kind of where I was placing it. But maybe I'm in the bubble. Maybe I'm on some
No,
other
you
shit.
thinking everybody thinks like you, and
No,
that's
I'm
not the
thinking
case.
no, I'm not thinking everybody thinks like me. I'm
just
I'm
because
saying.
just a man can ask a woman to marry him, and he don't want to
Don't
marry
wanna
her.
do this shit.
Yes,
That's fucked
it happens all the time.
It does.
And guess what? Women know it too, and they marry him anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, he set it
You
up.
know
Let's
why?
go.
Because that contract benefits her. She stands to gain from the union. So she's like, fuck it. When he on his deathbed, I'll overrule his mama. So yeah, let me go ahead and sign this joint.
I seen one. This dude was doing cartoon illustrations of like every step that they've gone through in their relationship, and they showed the one where he was proposing to her, and she was like so charged up. So he was down on wasn't he proposing, and she was charged up like she just went Super Saiyan 8. Like, so he was doing it like cartoon illustrations, like comic book illustrations, the way it actually laid out. But you know, maybe that's the way it actually goes down. And I'm with my man. I think there was a note that said it. Whoever is the broke, no, it's TDG. Whoever does not have the most money is the one that's standing to benefit. Like my man's that married Mary J. Blige. Hey, I'm sure he went into it broke. He came out on top.
Kendu came up.
Right.
He did.
Oh man.
Yeah, she got screwed over in that shit.
Yeah, that's really messed up. That's really messed up.
But she would have really got screwed over if he could have got everything he wanted.
No, yeah, and that's.
But see, I think he knew going in he wasn't gonna get everything. I think he just threw so much.
Yo,
He was like, if I get a fraction of what I'm asking
That
for,
nigga
I'm
really
out
was-
here.
You know how they say
that
you
nigga didn't
supposed
write real love.
No, he didn't.
to- You know when they say you supposed to
He
go
ain't did
and
one
ask for
damn step.
everything, this nigga really went in asking for the world.
Yes.
Wow.
Like really.
They say shoot for the moon, you hit the stars. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well, okay. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to. We're gonna get ready to come to a close here. I'm glad that we went without any fluctuations.
What?
What?
Or I fucked that up. I said that. I did that. Fluctuations. We didn't have any problems or technical difficulties and everything. Stuff went over smoothly. So I'm feeling like we in a good space. I do want to start including the stuff like the Skyping and all the rest of the stuff to be able to talk to y'all and actually play some music and spin it and do the breaks and get back to the typical show like we always do.
And don't think just because we on video, we won't hang up on your ass.
Right, exactly. We will. We will. Clack cow on your ass.
You got some room in your closet.
Yeah,
hang
that
this up.
Right, exactly. But this is Volcano Underground Radio. I want to thank y'all for being tuned in. Shouts out to everybody that was hopping in with us on the chat. Once again, feel free to subscribe to the page, like the page, and feel free to share it. Throw it out to everybody else. So shouts out to your girl Dre out there in Texas. It's Cuz, Mr. No, TDG. I don't want to fuck up your name, but shouts out to Portugal. Shouts out to Morocco, Austin 05. Yeah, we see you out there. The Real Barracuda. TDG, I said him already.
Hey, like the real Barracuda said, she was with me shooting in the gym.
Right, exactly. James Vaughn, what a joke. Yeah, I hear that. So, bam, we gonna what the fuck is that? Flug.
He making fun of you.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Flug.
Yeah, was fucking up again.
Flug guts is
You almost fucked up his fuck up.
right. Exactly. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So for myself, Volcano, John, Skiers, make sure y'all tune in with us again next week. And until that time, look up because it's a fire burning way up in the mountain high. Look up in the steam smoker ashes. When the crater starts to blow and the lava starts to flow, then you will surely know it is a volcano. Oh, yeah,
Hey.
oh, yeah, oh, yeah. See y'all next week. Peace.